Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Let me begin by providing brief updates on several matters of public interest currently being addressed by the department. First, the Immigration Lookout Bulletin Order I issued in connection with the investigation into the deaths of the Ateneo student athletes. Second, the ongoing investigation into the shooting incident in the Senate. And third, the department's correspondence with Attorney James Patrick or Jimmy Bondo. After my short statement, I will be able to answer some questions from the media. First, the ILBO, Immigration Lookout Bulletin. Considering the ongoing investigation into the deaths of the two Ateneo de Manila University student athletes and the seriousness of the allegations being examined by our law enforcement agencies, I have signed today an ILBO, an Immigration Lookout Bulletin, or against the following individuals who have thus far been identified in the investigation. First, Mr. Thomas Anthony Baldwin, or Tab, the nickname, former head coach of the Ateneo men's basketball team. Mr. Christopher Kimpo, the former team manager. Mr. Reynaldo Jacinto Jr., assistant coach. Mr. Dean Castaño, assistant coach. And Mr. Sandro Soriano, also an assistant coach. Let me emphasize that an ILBO is a monitoring mechanism. It is intended to alert authorities should the subjects attempt to travel abroad while the investigation is ongoing. It is not by itself a restriction on travel nor a finding of liability. The investigation remains ongoing, and the department stands ready to undertake its mandate once a complaint is formally filed. We ask the public to allow our law enforcement agencies to do their work and to refrain from speculation while the evidence is being gathered and assessed. Investigation into the shooting incident in the Senate. With respect to the shooting incident that occurred within the Senate premises, the department has already constituted a special panel of prosecutors to conduct an independent and thorough investigation. The panel has been directed to examine all available evidence, including forensic findings, documentary records, CCTV footage, witness statements, and other relevant materials. The objective is simple: to establish the facts and determine accountability wherever the evidence may lead. And the initial findings of the panel are as follows. 1. The action taken by the OSAA against the NBI on May 13, 2026 was not justified. Second, the Senate building was not under attack on the night of May 13, 2026. Third, the NBI attempted to implement the arrest warrant to Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa. And fourth, when the ICC warrant was unsealed on May 11, 2026 and made public, any person who helped him escape may be held liable. The findings of the panel were based on evidence submitted by the PNP-CIDG, members of the media, and the GSIS, including an ocular inspection of the GSIS premises. The panel was unable to inspect the Senate premises. The Senate for plenary actions. To date, no further action or communication has been taken by the Senate regarding the request. And based on the initial findings, the recommendations of the panel include: 1. To identify and establish the culpability of all persons who conspired and aided the escape of Senator De La Rosa in the early morning of 14 May 2026. Second, to determine whether the NBI and media accounts that sniper shots appeared to have been fired from the 5th floor of the Senate building towards the identifiable NBI vehicle parked at the GSIS premises was part of the orchestrated plan to facilitate the escape of Senator De La Rosa. At this stage, the investigation remains active and ongoing. I would not want to prejudge the findings of the panel nor preempt the conclusions it may eventually reach. What I can assure the public is that the department will pursue the matter professionally, objectively, and without fear or favor. No individual is above the law, but equally important, no person should be judged before the evidence has been fully examined. We ask for patience while the investigative and prosecutorial processes take their course. Next, in the past week, a complaint was filed against Senator Robin Padilla. This case was referred back to the CIDG for further investigation pursuant to Department Circular Number 20. The investigating prosecutor requested for further documents and or sworn statements from concerned individuals. At this stage, it would be premature to comment on the details of this ongoing investigation. Next, the letter to Attorney Jimmy Bondoc. With respect to the letter sent to Attorney Jimmy Bondoc, we have received confirmation that the letter was delivered to and received by his office this morning. The letter simply seeks clarification and assistance in light of statements he publicly made regarding the service of an arrest warrant upon his client, Senator De La Rosa. And given those public pronouncements, the department considered it appropriate to formally request any information that may assist the lawfully and orderly implementation of legal processes. Maraming salamat po, at sa puntong ito po ay tatanggap na ako ng mga katanungan mula sa mga kapatid natin sa
Sorry, brother.
Please raise your hand and introduce yourself before I call you up.
Okay, dagdagan ko lang, ha? Itong investigasyon, no? Lalo na yung madamdamin sa atin, no? June 8, yung nangyari, no? Wala pong Pilipino na hindi naaantig yung nangyari. Diba? Kasi yung kamatayan ng dalawa natin, lalo na ho pag nakikita nyo yung mga coverage ng media, talagang maantig yung damdamin mo. Kasi di ba, pag nawalan ka ng anak, it's so bad, di ba? Promising career, di ba? Supposedly susi para umahon, di ba? Magbago yung katayuan sa buhay ng pamilya. Talagang ano. At ang isa rin dapat natin tingnan, di ba? Yung obligasyon ng mga eskwelahan. No? Tandaan natin sa mga eskwelahan o educational institutions, pag inihatid mo yung anak mo, di ba? Sa school. May mga anak ako, di ba? Pag hinatid mo yung anak mo sa school, pumapasok yung substitute parental authority. Diba? At dito papasok yung obligasyon at responsibilidad ng school authorities. Curricular man o non-extracurricular yung activities. Tulad nito, lumalabas sa lahat ng information sa atin. It's a university acknowledged activity. So tinitingnan po natin. Of course, titingnan kung yung liability. Liability ng eskwelahan, liability ng involved, liability ng coach. Sino bang involved dun sa activity? May kapabayaan ba? Meron bang direkta na aksyon? Meron bang active? O meron bang pagkukulang sa dapat ay pag-iingat na ginawa niya? Sa pagpili po ng lugar, ang pinili bang lugar ay sobrang peligroso. Bakit nyo dyan dinala? Ito po yung tinitingnan. At ang maganda po nito, narinig po natin ng isang araw, siguro batid natin, na si Father Bobby, no? Also is conducting, and we would like to seek also yung information and data na magagather na ginagawa ng Ateneo to be shared with the Department of Justice. Kasi sa dulo po nito, makikita naman eh. Pero parang ang maliwanag po nito, wala naman yung willful act. Diba? Ang lumalabas po sa atin, no? Wala yung talagang hinila yung paa pababa para malunod. Diba? Ang lumalabas lang dito, may kapabayaan ba? O kung may kapabayaan, diba? Ang maliwanag may namatay. So ang tanong, ito ba ay aksidente? Diba? O may pagkukulang sa pag-iingat na dapat ay ginawa ng school authorities o di kaya ay yung mga kasama at kabahagi nung university-sponsored activity. So yan po. Kaya po sa atin pong mga Pilipino, nakatutok po dito ang Department of Justice. Ang babasihan lang po natin ay ebidensya. So iwasan din po natin yung iwasan po din natin yung maging judgmental at maging masyado po tayo, yung bias po natin. Opo, ito na lamang po. Yes.
Good afternoon, Sir Darlene Kai from GMA News. Sabi niyo nga po, walang willful act na nakikita so far doon sa Ateneo incident. Pero sinabi na po kasi nauna ng PNP, CIDG na ang tinutumbok ng investigation nila as of now ay may kinalaman sa hazing and homicide. Paano niyo po i-reconcile?
Okay, hazing, homicide, no? These are basically conclusions depende sa mapapatunayang ebidensya. So, titimbangin lahat yan. No? Titimbangin lahat yan. Kasi iba naman yung willful act, di ba? Na pumunta pa lang sila doon sa Aurora, ay ang balak na ay patayin. Di ba? May iba yung premeditated, di ba? Murder yon. Pero yung nagka-enkwentro, talagang ang gusto ay lunurin. Ibang bagay din yon. Di ba? So doon papasok kasi. Doon papasok willful act ba o kapabayaan? Tapos ang papasok, yung kapabayaan, may level din yan, ha? Meron kasing negligence, simple negligence, meron din tinatawag na criminal negligence. No? Na kung saan, papasok yung criminal liability, at pag may criminal liability, syempre, papasok yung civil liability. Diba? At dito, titingnan din kung ano yung naging supervision at control ng school authorities dito sa isang university sanctioned activity.
Sir, doon naman sa investigation sa Senate shooting, at this stage, pwede nyo na po bang i-enumerate kung sino-sino yung mga under investigation na senators or officials ng Senate?
Hindi pa ho. Tulad doon yan, the initial findings sa lumalabas, marami po doon sa involved personalities or public officials. Now, alam din natin na meron ding kaakibat na investigasyon ng ombudsman. Alam din natin na ang Office of the Ombudsman ay may jurisdiction pag ang pananagutan ay ginawa ng isang public official na habang sila ay nagpe-perform ng kanilang governmental function, di ba? So, ang isang titimbangin pa ng panel natin, di ba? Saan ba ipa-file ito, di ba? Ombudsman ba ang magpa-file bilang prosecutor laban doon sa mga public officials o DOJ ba ang magpa-file? Di ba? So, saglit na lang yan. Saglit na lang. Maliwanag na. Medyo maliwanag na yung facts. Saglitan natin.
Sec, ngayon na bago na po yung liderato ng Senate, are you planning to take it up again with them? Sabi nyo nga po kanina, din-defer nila yung request for inspection.
Yes, definitely. Nung una, ang instructions ko dun sa panel, mag-walkthrough lang kayo para ma-appreciate nyo yung facts. Saan ba nanggaling? Anong pintuan ba yung binabaril? Saan ba nanggagaling? Kasi may nakita tayong video Very, very informative yung video na nakita natin, di ba? And tingnan lahat. Kasi iba yung appreciation ng facts pag nakita. And with the change in the Senate leadership, we are expecting and hoping that there will be more coordination and cooperation with the panel.
So there will be a new request from DOJ?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, sir. Sir, regarding po dun sa pagbalik po ng CIDG complaint, can we know ano po yung documents na ni-request po ng panel?
First, that's a matter for case build-up. So, hindi pa muna namin ma-reveal. No?
Sir, can you divulge kailan po yung deadline nila?
Deadlines? No deadlines, but I'm sure the PNP CIDG, its leadership is aware of the public interest in the matter. Magpa-follow up din kami, huwag kang mag-alala. Ha? Kasi we need to get back to the public as soon as possible. No? Hindi natin bibitinin.
Sir, Adrian Ayalin po, ABS-CBN. Sir, yung binanggit nyo na any person who helped escape may be held liable. May detalye po ba tayo dito? Ilan yung tinitingnan? Ni-narrow down po ba ito? Doon sa mga huling nakasama, ano po yung pwede nyong maidagdag pang detalye, sir?
Sa ngayon, wala na muna akong may dadagdag. No? Yung specific actions, hinihimay ng ating panel. No? And as I stated, yung coordination and discussion namin with the Office of the Ombudsman, together with their own findings kung paano ipupursue yung pag-prosecute nung obstruction of justice case, no? Sa tingin ko, hanggang doon na lang muna kami.
Nag-narrow down ba yan, sir, na up to the last moments na nakita in public si Senator De La Rosa with Senator Robin Padilla, or parang tinitingnan siya pangkalahatan generally?
At tinitingnan to pangkalahatan. Tinitingnan to pangkalahatan. Na yung mga actions ba, nung simula pa lang, di ba? Ito ba ay planado? Mas malaking plano? Di ba? Nilagay siya sa protective custody? Ito ba'y kasama sa plano? Yung pagsasalita ba or yung pagsasabi ba na under attack ang yung pagsasabi ba na lockdown ng Senado, 'di ba? Lahat ng mga bagay na napatunayan nating nangyari ay tinitingnan para timbangin kung ito ay kabahagi nung tinatawag natin na obstruction of justice.
Sir, on Ateneo, pakilinaw lang po, bakit po hindi PHDO, and if ever, ano ba yung factors na mag-warrant na maging PHDO instead of ILBO lang?
Okay. Ang kasi, ang tulad ho ng mga, yung ating legal jurisprudence on the matter, yung HDO po, tulad ng nabanggit ko na I think in one of the interviews, yung karapatang bumiyahe, no, ay karapatan ng bawat Pilipino, no? Karapatan ng bawat Pilipino na bumiyahe, part of the liberties, no, na protected na under the Constitution. Any curtailment, di ba? Any curtailment ng liberties na yon, ang dapat nagtitimbang ay husgado. Ang PHDO at HDO ay pwede lang i-issue ng korte. Yun ay kung may nakasalang ng kaso sa kanila. Di ba? Sa exceptional cases, yung precautionary hold departure order, ini-issue. Yung HDO, pag, di ba, ito yung nag-trigger, yung pag-fugitive from justice, di ba, alam nyo na yan, ha? Pag, tsaka napapasok yung HDO. Yung precautionary, pag yung may likelihood, di ba, kahit pending pa lang ang preliminary investigation, pumupunta na ang piskalya, pumupunta na at nahingi na ng precautionary hold departure order. Kasi yung ILBO ay walang, tulad ng kaninang sinabi ko, it's a monitoring mechanism para sa gobyerno. Para kung may babiyahe, real time po yung ILBO. Pag dumaan ka dun sa immigration at may ILBO ka, ang utos namin sa immigration, tumawag kayo sa DOJ. Kasi baka the moment or second na lumalabas siya, meron na siyang arrest warrant. Yung ILBO po ay abiso, di ba? Na mag-look out kayo. Mag-look out ang immigration at pag dumaan itong taong ito, ay sabihan kagad ng DOJ. Pero real time din yon. Kasi from the time ma-issue yung ILBO, baka meron ng arrest warrant. Or baka may HDO na, o may PHDO. Kaya itong ILBO, hindi rin ito basta-basta na nadadrop. Diba? Napansin nyo, diba? Dati may mga inisyon ng ILBO. May mga nagpapakancel sa amin ng ILBO, pag yung dahilan kung bakit sila ginawa ng ILBO, ay meron na silang clearance na hindi na sila nakasuhan o sila'y na-absuelto, kinakancel na rin yung ILBO.
Sir, follow-up lang. I understand sa flood control projects may parang na-issuean ng PHDO or HDO. Dito sa Ateneo case, hindi naman kailangan pa. ILBO.
Sa ngayon, hindi naman kailangan pa.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Okay. So, maraming salamat po. Tulad po ng nabanggit ko, no? Let's base our actions on evidence, no? On facts, data, and information verified and actually, diba, proven, no? Maraming salamat po at magandang hapon sa inyong lahat.